Hello, hello. Just playing with the filters here. Finally on live. I've been so frustrated. I don't know how to get this off. I usually go live on my computer. Not this. Let's change it. Okay. Just playing with the filters because I needed this little break. Holy cow, getting on live today was horrible. So it really tested my mental strength, which is what we're talking about today. So my question for you is, do you have mental strength, or how strong is your mental strength as you build your network marketing business? Because mine has been up and down and all over the place, and I think this is really a good topic. So I wanted to share some of the stuff that I was reading about and share that with you guys. And I don't know, do I even have a filter on? Looks soft. Okay, anyway, so post below if you you've had to work on your mental toughness, you have realized things about yourself, or you need to work on your mental toughness. Post below. Also, post if this is your first time, and replay and your city and state so I can come back and say hello to you. But while you're doing that, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Lindsay Ali, and I am a stay-at-home, work-at-home mom. I'm an online coach, and my mission is to help women to make their health a priority, and then to work with mom bosses or future mom bosses, those aspiring to be entrepreneurs online, and particularly in the network marketing space, work with them to help them achieve success in their business online and experience financial freedom. So I'm so excited to finally be on live today because I went and started this video like 15 times at home. It never once took, just kept kicking me off. So I don't know what's wrong with my house, but the reception is horrible. So I am on live. I am doing the training. It's going to be uploaded to my blog as soon as we're done here, which is already up and in more detail than what I'm going to go over here. But do you focus so hard and work and try to make this whole network marketing thing? Sorry, someone's backing up, and I'm doing this and like the mom cracks of life, and the mom moment CEO here, and someone was backing up and almost in my car. It made me nervous. So anyway, do you start working on your network marketing business and you go hardcore and you're like consistent as all get out, and you are just doing your checklist, the things that you know you're supposed to do to grow your network marketing business, and you work so hard and then you barely see any results, and then you end up just taking a break and cooling it off a little bit and not going as hard. And this is what I do. I turn on Netflix and I start binge watching everything I can think of. Law and Order SVU, Scandal, Game of Thrones, Stranger Things, like just binge watch anything and everything I can get my little eyes on. And just allow my mind not to think. And it's because I went hardcore and didn't give myself a break. When you're on a diet, or you start a new nutrition plan, that's the way I like to say it. When you quit everything cold turkey, right? I believe that you should have moments in there where you reward yourself also, because if not, it's going to send me to the pantry to stuff my face and just binge eat. And I need to think about that, and maybe you do too. Working that same concept with your business. If you go all out 24/7 and never give yourself a break or celebrate the little rewards, take those little reward moments or breaks, then it's gonna send you to Netflix binge watching whatever's on there and not working on your business. And I know, and you probably know too, consistency is the key, and there's always a lag time with what we do and when it shows up. And I get that. Maybe you get that too, but we still do it. Why? I think it's because our mental strength needs to be toughened up. It needs to become stronger, and we need to work on that. So we fall behind in our business, and we need to exercise that mental strength muscle. It's like a muscle, right? We just have to take a few minutes each day to work on a few little things on our list to become consistent and make it a habit where we do it without thinking. It's just like working out. If you want to improve in your push-ups, you you don't just set out and you're awesome at 50. Maybe you are because you're blessed with good genetics and you can just do that. But most of the people in the world aren't, and they've got to work up to 50 push-ups in perfect form, right? So you spend a little bit of time every day doing X amount of push-ups, and you work your way up every single day until you get to that goal. And I'm applying this the same way to my business and wanted to share that with you as well. It's just like a muscle, and we have to work it out every single day. So at the end of this video, I want to share with you the things that I've been doing, things that I have done well, and some of them I'm actually still working on, but I see the value in them. So I want to share those with you, but I want to go through why we need it super fast. And this is more detailed on my blog, so you can go there, lindsayali.com, go to the blog section. It's the same title that's in the description here. I'll link it in the comments. But why do we need it? There's so many reasons, and I've got my notes here so that I don't miss anything. But again, more detail is on the blog that it took me all day to write too, because it's just been a crazy day. All right, so post a 1 below if you know that no matter where you're at, where you're stronger than you were before, you always know that you need to work on your mental strength. You do. If you're in the long haul in this business, you always need to be consistently working on your mental strength. Why do we need it? Because this business is a roller coaster. We go up and down. One minute we're feeling awesome and we know this is what we're supposed to do and we're meant for it. It's our purpose in life to use this platform for whatever, you know, we want to do it, to announce to the world. And then we open up a message or we get on our Facebook feed, and all of a sudden our whole world comes crashing down. We wonder if we're even supposed to be in this world. We wonder if this is even for us and if we can even be successful in it when 2 seconds ago we knew it was our purpose. It's because this business is such a roller coaster, and you know, success is only defined by you. Maybe your goal isn't to be a top earner. Mine isn't necessarily to be a top earner. I just want to provide for my family, a good chunk that I can provide for my family and help out. So what is your goal and what does success look like to you? Whatever it is, we always need to be working on our mental strength. So I wrote down a few things. It kicks self-doubt to the curb. It's kind of like, you know, I compare it to my weight loss. You know, I was so self-conscious and not confident, even after I had lost a huge chunk of weight. And that's because I worked on my physical, but I wasn't necessarily working on my mental now, or yet. So now I am working on, or have been working on for a while, my mental. And whereas I'm still a little self-conscious in some situations, I'm also switching my mind over to think, okay, listen, what have you achieved? Like, you've grown 3 babies in your stomach and your pregnancies were super hard. So of course, you know, you need to be proud of that. And you have lost this amount of weight, which is awesome. And you have been working against your family genetics, which is not great in my family. So we have to switch it around and we have to change our perspective. And that's what I've done. And that's what I'm doing with my business too. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of research and a lot of learning, but I never put it into full action. I did it like halfway, you know, half a action. And so that's not going to get me necessarily anywhere. And this year I wanted it to be massive action. That's like my theme. I want to start actually putting things into action, into play that I've had in my head for a long time, but I never did. One of the things is going live consistently with good, better value and have a purpose to it. And then also to, you know, have that into my blog and so many things. So building that muscle and working on that mental toughness has helped me move forward and not have self-doubt in myself, but have confidence. And so it kicks self-doubt to the curb. It motivates me. So when I feel low and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this business, I've worked on my mind so much that I'm like, you know what? Yes, you can. Why not you? this person over here is doing it, this person over here, it seems like everybody and their mother's doing it, and not everybody's doing it, because it's not easy. It's a hard job. It's simple tasks, but if it were easy, everyone would be doing it and be successful at it. But you can do it. You're good at doing hard things. That's what I'm telling myself, and you should tell yourself that too. Use it as motivation. Oh, I can't read my handwriting. Do you ever do that? Oh my gosh. If you're popping on, say hi. I can't see who's popping on. I just know that there's someone there. I would love to say hi to you, but I can't read my writing. We're talking about motivation in network marketing and why we need it. We've talked about kicking self-doubt to the curb. It gives us motivation. Education. I have learned so much with working on my mental state, my mindset, and improving this mental muscle of mine. I've learned a lot about the industry. I've learned a lot about what I want to do, what I don't, a lot about myself, and a lot about how to share it. And again, I just never put it into action. So you could learn a lot if you can work on your mental strength. It gives you courage to do things that you might not have had the courage to do in the past. For example, all those things I just listed that I'm now doing, it's because I've worked on my mind mentally. Do I have a ways to go? Yeah, like a long ways to go. But I've come so far in that I am starting to implement some of the things that I've been wanting to for a really long time. And I just had to find out who I was. But it gave me the courage, and it'll give you the courage too, if you work on your mental strength, to do that. Oh, I know what it said back there. I can't read my writing. Block the noise. Working on your mental strength will block the noise of those people who just want to give you advice. You have those people in your life that they probably mean very well and they want to give you advice, but sometimes it doesn't matter where their heart is in giving it and how nice they may say it, and some people are not so nice, but sometimes it's not as helpful as it needs to be. And we know our goals, we know what we need to do, we know what we want to do, and we got to stay in our lane and not bounce back and forth from this idea to this training to do your business this way. We've just got to pick one way and stay in our lane. And sometimes we have so much advice coming into our ears. I feel like that drowns out our own advice, our own mind telling us what we want to do, what's connected to our goals and our values for why we started this business and why we continue to do it. And most importantly, I think it drowns out God's voice. And I'm not pushing this on you if this is not your thing. It's just this is woven into my mind and what I do daily. So if I'm, too loud to myself and I'm listening to so many other people tell me do it this way, that way, I also don't hear him telling me which way I should go. And that's just going to make it harder for me in the long run. Another thing that working on your mental strength is going to do is it's going to help you bounce back. Because if you know what success looks like, and it's like an crazy winding road that has detours and U-turns and bumpy roads and potholes and all that stuff, sometimes we fall on our face, right? We fail. We don't do things well. We think we suck. Maybe we do suck, and we've got to learn how to do it better. But success is born when in those moments that we're falling or failing and we're like flat on our face. To me, that's when that's when success is born. And that is when we decide that we are going to make it, no matter what happens, no matter how far we go. But having strong mentality helps us get back up again, helps us make that decision, and helps that success be born. So that's another thing. And then, we talked about at the beginning of this video how entrepreneurship, network marketing is a roller coaster, right? It's just up 1 minute, down the next, back up and down. And I think that it's supposed to be a fun thing, right? Roller coasters are supposed to be fun, and sometimes it's not so fun in this network marketing thing. But I think that's because our perspective is wrong. We're supposed to enjoy the journey. Just like when you are working out, okay? It's easy for me to compare this to weight loss because it's a big thing in my life over the past few years. I need to enjoy the journey of learning how to enjoy vegetables and how I can create stuff that I do like, that I can eat, that will get me the results I want. So same with business. I think we just need to enjoy the journey of learning how to do this and that to make our business grow. And it doesn't mean we're going to have moments where it's totally going to suck and we're going to hate it or days that are going to be horrible in between those wonderful days. It just means that we got to get over it quicker, and we've got to bounce back faster and develop some thick skin, which will lead me into my tips that I think are important that I've come up with over the past few years just trying to build online. So also, these all go into much more detail on my blog at lindsayallee.com. Just click on blog, and right now, this will be the last blog that I posted just for today. And so I have on there all of the things that we just went through in more detail, but I also have on there a list of, and I don't spend much time here because we don't want to spend much time in negativity land, but I do have what does it look like, a list of things of what it looks like to have a weak mentality and not have a strong mentality there. So go there and look at that list. I also found when researching all this and reading all the different articles that I was, I'm like, okay, what do I want to write and what do I want to share? A book, 13 ways or 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. I think that's the name of the book. I've never heard of it before, but it's on my list to read now. And I don't have a link to it. I saw it and she had a list of things. So I just kind of reversed the sayings on that and put it as this is what it is to have a weak mind. And I think some of those things, when you go and read them, you can be strong in one area of your life with those things and weak in another area. Or maybe you're both at the same time, well, in different areas. I kind of just said the same thing there, but I think it's important to know that we all have the ability to improve it and to make it better and to go from I suck in this mentality to I'm doing really well now in this mentality because I worked on me. So that's awesome. All right, so I have some tips here that I wrote down on the blog. They're there too on what I've done. Some of these I've done really good. Some of them I'm still working on, to be honest with you, but I think they're really good in just helping us to build our mental strength. So here's what I have down, and you can go and look at my blog for these too. There's a list there, but all right, so be nice to yourself. I used to be so mean to myself when I first started my weight loss journey. I was so mean to the girl that I saw in the mirror, because and I remember the day I pulled up my hair for the first time. I realized that I had gained so much weight with my pregnancy. I gained 80 pounds, and that I didn't recognize who I saw in the mirror. And not just that, I didn't recognize who was in here or who was in here, because I was so mean to myself. And I think I've done the same thing with business, with trying to grow network marketing online. I've been so mean to myself and not giving enough and not patting myself on the back for the things that I have learned and overcome. And my journey's maybe harder than the next, and that's okay, because it's my journey. So I think we just, number one, you gotta be nice to yourself. Positive self-talk goes so far. You've got to implement an exercise routine. And I know I'm a little biased on that because it's what I've been doing for a long time to lose weight. My network marketing business is in the health and fitness industry. And so, yeah, there's a bias there, but I also study successful people, and all of their routines have some kind of their morning routines, what they do, they all have some kind of activity level in it, whether it's at the beginning of the day or they do something later. They have an exercise routine that they do as part of this is part of what I need to do. And golly, I know people make fun of me for that. It releases so much stress. And it's good and healthy for you. Why not? All right, so then set a schedule. And this has been the hardest. People say, oh, you're a stay-at-home mom. It must be so easy because you have, all day to work on your business. It's not. It's not easy at all. Not to say that it's easier if you work on your business, but it's really hard when you're at home all the time, because you can sneak in the office and stay there all day, and you're in and out between, in the mom cracks of life, in between making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to wiping, dirty booties and throwing away diapers and get into the bathtub again for the 15th time because, you know, someone had an accident in their pants. I mean, you're back and forth. You can never start and finish. Like, I really feel the only time I can get anything done is 4 o'clock in the morning. So, and that's really early. But it's really hard for stay-at-home moms, but it's hard for in different ways for the people who do have a job too while they work on their network marketing business. So we have to create schedules, and then we have to stick to them, and that's what's hard. We have to set smart goals that have, if you don't know what that is, look that up. Smart goals that have specific, measurable actions that we can take that have a time limit on them. We've got to set goals, and they've got to have those rules on them. Journaling, which is something I'm not good at, but I did start to do it, and I really did like what I got out of it. Just reflection on my day, and then I would write down 3 things that I'm thankful for. And I wrote on the blog that, you know, there was a mentor that I follow that I started doing it because of him, and he started realizing, and I did the same thing, that I would want to be thankful for the same things over and over and over again. And he started, and so did I started to realize that, okay, I need to not say the same things over and over again, the big obvious ones like my children and my husband and my parents and in-laws and blah, blah, blah. But the smallest, most insignificant thing that happened that day, I would start to write down, whereas I wouldn't even have probably thought of that and give gratitude to it if I hadn't have been writing it down in a journal. But again, I'm horrible at this part, and I need to get better at it because it really is kind of amazing. All right, and then we got to develop and strategize a plan, and then we got to put into action. So I'm really good at, like, I'm going to plan to do this and this and this, but not putting it into action, which is why this year is like massive action time for me. So you're just hopping on, we're talking about improving the mental strength, and I'm at the end here on tips on what I've done and how hopefully it will help you. Oh, I can't read my handwriting again. Why does this always happen? All right, so I'm going to go to the next one. All right, so, develop a dump system. So, like a brain dump to get everything out of your mind. If you're anything like me, you've got a bazillion things going on in your mind, from being a mom to, you know, just all the hats that you have. And then adding all this, I got to build a business too, and learn this and that. There's just so much in your head. So you've got to develop a way to get it all out. That brain dump. Some people do it weekly. Some people do it every single day. And I do also, if I'm working on something and something pops into my head, I'll take a little Post-it and I'll write it down and I stick it up on a board. I have a board that I can just stick them, and then later on I can look at them, and then I place them on what day I want to take care of them. But you develop a dump system to get everything out, and then make a to-do list off of those things that you need to do, and do 1 to 3 things on that list every single day. Something on the list just to get it done, which leads to the next tip, which is baby steps. Baby step everything you do, because don't you know, when I step on the scale and I'm trying to lose weight, I look at the ounces, because I want to know if I lost almost a full pound or if I'm just a couple of ounces. Like, I look at the baby steps. So look at the baby steps, which leads into my next tip is we've got to focus on the activities and not the results. We make the goal at the top, and that's our goal. That's the result that we want to get. But then we set that aside, and we need to look at the activities that we need to do to get to that goal. This has been a big one for me too. Look at the activities and just do that. Baby step those activities out. Get good at that. Make them habits. And then that's going to launch us into hitting our goals. Like with weight loss, I've got to focus on eating correctly, getting my workout in, getting my water in, all those baby activities that will, in the end, roll into this big snowball and will hit me, but it will get me to my goal, right? Same thing with our business. We've got to do the same thing. Develop thick skin. I think on the outside, I do really well with people who realize that I'm not as confident as what they think I am. I think I put on a good front, but inside I'm like, and I'm on myself, and I'm negative to myself, and I have to work on that. And I've come a long way, but and that goes back up to the first one about being nice to ourselves. But we've got to develop a thick skin and not take everything so personal. If someone doesn't want to join us, it's not because of us. It's because maybe we didn't show them the value that they needed to see to join, but maybe it's just not their thing. They're not in the right place to do it, or it will never be their thing. So I've had to develop a thicker skin in that area, and that's hard to do, but we've got to do it. The next thing is we've got to expect to fail. And this is a big one too for me. I don't want to take action on a lot of things because, and maybe you can relate, I don't want it to not be perfect. I want everything to be perfect before I lay it out in front of people and present myself as just clean cut perfect. I don't want to mess up. I don't want it to look bad. I want the sales funnel or whatever to be just set up right and perfect. But if we just at least take imperfect action and get going on it, we can always improve it later. And that's really hard. So expect to fail, and when you do, learn from it. Learn from it. It's the only way we can keep going and keep improving and hopefully keep growing our businesses online. And then the next one is to find a mentor who can teach you what you're wanting to learn, what you're looking to learn, and then ask for help when you need it. I feel like for a long time I tried to do this whole journey by myself, and even at times I still do that. But I'm learning that I need to not, and I need to find buddies and find success partners that are on the same road as me, traveling there, and we can help each other, can ask for help, but also finding mentors, whether that's face-to-face mentors in person or virtual mentors that we can follow, and they can lead us because they've been down that path before us. So anyway, those are my tips on how we can strengthen our mental state, and hopefully that will help us in our businesses and in life, because we need strong minds in life as well, because it's a roller coaster just like our businesses. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I'm gonna go in because we are at swim practice, just doing this video in the mom cracks of life right now. So thank you so much for joining. If you're on live or you're on the replay, thank you for taking the time to listen in. Please go to lindsayali.com, and all this plus more information is on that blog post from today. Just went over it really quick, but I typed a lot more out in that blog post, and right under this video there's going to be a big pink button. Well, when the video gets there, it's not there yet, it'll be there tonight, but on the blog there is a big pink button that if you want to take advantage of a free branding and attraction marketing formula boot camp. It's 2 boot camps in one. One, I'm uploading information about branding and everything that I've been studying and just want to share with you, and the second one is taught by a mentor of mine that created attraction marketing formula boot camp. It's a 10-day video boot camp, and it's really good. So both are one's coming up, one's already there, but it's on the pink button. Just click on that, sign up, and you'll get both and information on how to get there. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Y'all have a great night. I will see y'all in the next video, and that's it. Bye y'all.